Hey everyone, welcome back to my weekly design diaries. Today I want to talk about stone and the mistakes I've made and learned speccing quartz. Quartz is a man-made material and not all quartzes are created equal. And quartz has become really popular in the past few years. And that's because you can make it. It's better impact to the earth. There's not a lot of off-gassing depending on which brand you choose when you put it in your home. And it's durable. And it's a little less expensive than something like marble or quartzite. The only downfalls with quartz is that it is not heat tolerant, meaning that you can't put anything, from what I understand, anything above 350 degrees Fahrenheit on your quartz directly. It will melt the quartz. And you also don't want to cut directly onto your quartz. You always want to put some sort of cutting board, plate, whatever, before you cut. The good thing about quartz, besides it being a little less expensive and less off-gassing and better impact to our environment, is that you don't have to seal it every year too. The bad thing is not every quartz is created equal. Some quartz have more resin versus actual stone. So quartz is made of rock from the earth, right? But what they do, instead of taking a full slab like they would do with marble or quartzite or granite, they actually are taking chunks of the quartz from the quarries. And after they take the chunks from the quarries, then they're pounding it down and mixing it with resin, and then putting in whatever sort of swirling, veining, and different details, and they're putting all these things in and packing it in, and then putting the sealer in as they're creating it, and then making a slab out of it and shipping it off to the stone yard. Now, why are all quartz not created equal? Well, not everybody puts the same amount of resin versus rock ratio in. And when issues arise, it's because people or the manufacturers are putting too much resin in to actually create the quartz. I've heard of whole slabs bowing. I've heard of slabs discoloring. I've heard of slabs chipping easily. So you want to make sure whatever stone you are putting in is legit and has the actual, materials that you want, and no chemicals that are off the beaten path as well. You want to make sure there's no off-gassing. As a designer, I have worked really hard to find, a place that I trust that will actually, be upfront with me, and they'll say, we don't carry this brand because it started bowing, or we don't carry this brand because we found out, they were putting more resin in than they were promised, or we've just heard terrible things about it, or it doesn't cut well, or had issues post-install. It has taken me years to find a yard and fabricator, so someone who does it all, which I prefer. They're selling the stone and they're fabricating it, so they know where it's coming from and they know where it's going. Your goal is not always to find the cheapest quartz. My goal is to find the best. Cheaper is not always better. My biggest advice is to do your due diligence. You need to find out where the quartz is being manufactured, what's the warranty, and make sure that your quartz is made up mostly of quartz and not resin, and do your due diligence. Don't go with a no-name brand. Make sure the brand is trusted. There's all different quartz brands out there. Make sure you know where it came from, and make sure you know what's in it.